Hi, in this video today I'm going to show you how you can swap out the left analog stick on your Nintendo Switch Lite. This might be useful if you're experiencing stick drift or some other issue with the left joystick here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to fully shut it down. So we're going to hold down the power button until it brings up this menu, and we're going to go to power options and power off. Now the first four screws we're going to undo are here, here, here and here, and we're going to be using a tri-wing screwdriver. So this one here is Y00. You can buy kits on Amazon that have the analog sticks and also little pry tools and screwdrivers as well. Let's undo these four. And those four screws are all the same length. Next up, we're going to undo the screw here, here, and here and here. And for this, we're going to be using a little crosshead screwdriver. We're going to be using a Phillips 00. And all those four screws are the same length as well, so you can keep them together. Now we're going to have to pry off the back cover. So make sure that you haven't got any game in here. And also make sure that there's no micro SD card in the bottom here. So take them both out. And we're going to get our pry tool. And I'm just going to start here. And I'm just going to gently lift it from here and also from here as well. I'm just prying it out. So you can see that's all loose now. And just nice and gently come round to the top. And I'm just working it off there. Right, so that's the back cover off. I'm going to clip this one back on. It has two little prongs here. Hopefully your one won't come out, and it just clips in to that position there. So this is the board here that we're going to remove. So first things first, I just want to get the speaker out of the way. I'm just going to undo this screw here. It's a Phillips. I'm using the same Phillips bit. And now the speaker will just lift off over here. You can take it off from the board, but right now I'm just going to leave it on. Now, the battery is in here, but if we undo this one here, hopefully we won't have to get to the battery. So with this thing here, we just have to lift up this little catch. It can be quite fiddly. You can use your nail if you want, or if you have a little pry tool or little tweezers, we need to lift up this catch just here, like so. And now we just need to gently pull the ribbon cable out. That has now disconnected the battery from this board here, so it should be safe to work on. We have another two ribbon cables just here. With these ones, the little black catch lifts up from the right hand side, like so. And the one above, right hand side, lift up, like so. And again, I'm just going to use my tweezers and I'm just going to pull out the ribbon cable there and pull out the ribbon cable there. Remember, this board's dead, so it's going to be fine to work on. We also have another ribbon cable here. This is the one for the analog stick. So lift the black catch up, like so, and then take it out. Okay, we've now got various screws around the place, but to begin with, we're just going to start up here on this one here. So there's a screw here. And just under this ribbon cable, there's another screw, just here. And this will allow this whole shoulder button combination just to be lifted off like that. Be careful, there is a little spring here, so make sure it doesn't go flying across the room. Just place it down gently. Now we have two screws here and two screws here, but they are different sizes, so keep them separate from each other. Right, that's all the screws undone, so the board should lift up now. And there we go, you can see the board is now out. This will give you an opportunity if you want to clean under here if they're dirty, but this is very clean. And this is the analog stick here. It's just held in with two screws. So let's undo them. And we can take out the faulty analog stick. And there it is. So now we're going to be putting in the new one in this position here with the ribbon cable going down to the bottom right. And we just need to do the screws up and really do a reversal of what we've just done. Now when you're screwing into plastic, don't do it too hard, just nip it up. So that's the replacement one in, and now we're going to put this in, making sure that the ribbon cables are this side of it. And we've also got to fish up the ribbon cable here from the analog stick. Right, now we're going to do up the 2 big screws here and here, and the 2 smaller screws here and here. Now I'm going to start popping the ribbon cables back in. So you just put them in like so and push them down and in. Make sure the catch is up when you do that, and you'll feel that it won't go anymore. They only need to go in a few millimeters. So on this ribbon cable and this ribbon cable, there's little ears, and basically the ears just go to the very edge of the plastic. So make sure that the catches are up on both of them, and you slide it in. Be gentle because they're quite fragile. Slide it in, and can you see the ears go along and nearly meet the plastic? That's how far they need to be. And then just put the little catch down. I find it easy to just use my fingers for that. Now we're not going to do this one just yet because you can see there's a little screw hole here, and we don't want to damage this cable when we put this shoulder button on. So for the time being, let's just take out that completely. That's for your volume and also your power. Put it safely to one side, be gentle with it. And now we're going to put on this little shoulder button here. So if you have a look, it's going to hinge in here and here, but we need to make sure that spring goes in this little box. So make sure the spring's nice and flat. See, it hasn't gone in there. So I'm going to lift that up, put the spring in there. There we go. And just straighten that spring up there. Can you see now? That's in nicely. And this is the button it's pressing here. Now we're going to put on the ZL, and this little carbon pad here, that makes contact with here. So that's when it knows it's been pressed. And we have little locating pins here and here, so you can't get it in wrong because it goes here and here. Yeah, so just drop that into place like so and give that a feel, and that feels nice. So now let's do up this screw here and this screw here. Now when you're screwing into plastic, you can always go the wrong way to begin with, so you can always go counterclockwise, anti-clockwise to begin with until it clicks, and then you know it's going into the same thread that it came out of, so you're not constantly cutting new threads. It's fine if you're just going to do it once, but if you're going to take this apart many times, you might find that you strip the threads if you don't go back first. Right, so they are in place and they feel nice. Now can you see we've got a little groove here? This is the groove for the ribbon cable. So we're going to place this just up here, and it slots in. There's a little slot here and here, so put it under those bits here and here, and move the ribbon cable just in this part here. There, can you see that goes nicely in there? Now we're going to put it in here, so make sure that little tab is up, put it in, and push the ears along. Like so, and down. You've got to put the catch down on all of them, including this one here. Always put the catch down once the ribbon cable's in. Now we're moving down here, and we've got to put this ribbon cable back in. So make sure that the catch is upright. And because this is the one that connects up this board here and the battery's connected to this board, when you put this one in, although the machine is off, don't wiggle it around the place. Don't put it in at an angle and start moving around the pins. Just try to get it in the right position and put it straight in. This one has ears as well. This one's been stubborn. There you go, in. Okay, so you can see I didn't kind of scrape it left to right. Right, so make sure the ears are fully pushed in and then down with the catch. And now we need to put the little speaker back in. And now we're just going to do up the screw here. Right, so everything feels normal. So we can put the back cover back on. Got to make sure that this is nicely home here. This is all in place here, which it should be because it's kind of stuck down onto it. And it's easier if we put on the top bit first. So if you have a look, we've got little grooves here. So if we line them up with these bits here, then hopefully the rest is going to clip into place. It's not that easy to do, but if we just put the top bit in first, then we know these buttons are all going to be okay and they're not going to be fouling. There you go. Did you see that? It kind of clicked in. Now I'm not going to hit the power button, but the volume buttons feel nice. Now we just have to work our way around and clip it all shut. That went together very easy. Yours might not go together that easy, but if you start from the top, then that should be okay. Right, we're going to do up the 4 Phillips screws. And now we're swapping over to the tri-wing and we're going to do up the 4 screws here. Okay, I can see it's all clipped nicely back together. It's not bulged up here, so it's all gone in well. Just going to double check that again. Fits in here. Yeah, perfect. Right, okay, let's turn it on. We've got 2 things to do now. We want to check that these buttons are all working on this side here, and we want to calibrate the control stick because it might be a little bit off. So turn it on. Okay, I'm going to go down to System Settings, Controllers and Sensors, and I'm going to go to Test Input Devices and Test Controller Buttons. And now let's click in here. Right, so click's working, that's working, buttons up here are working, D-pad's working, and capture taken. So everything on this side is working. Volume's working here, and we know the power button's working. I haven't done anything on this side, so this should all still be fine. Right, now we have to calibrate this control stick. System Settings, Controllers and Sensors, and go down to Calibrate Control Sticks. Click in. Right, so although we have full range of movement there, can you see it's not quite centering properly? So let's calibrate it. So we're going to hit X, A to calibrate, and now push that way, release, down, release, left, release, up, release, and now big movements all the way around. Calibration complete, and there we go. You can now see it's centered in the middle. So always calibrate your sticks after you swap them out. So you can see there's no stick drift. It's perfectly in the middle no matter which way we go. So that's it. That's how to change out the left analog stick on a Nintendo Switch Lite. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching.